All right, well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Today I have a couple history products to show you. So let's get started. So first, of course, we have the products of the day, and your free product of the day is from the library, Popular Mechanics. My little kids love it, but even the older kids don't mind it. Like, it's just great. It's just great, Popular Mechanics, and it's science. It goes into a bunch of different subjects. Like this one covers ocean adventure, police force, sports riding, gliding and sliding, and earth power. Okay, so it's free at your library. Okay, so if anyone uses the following words, always, impossible, or never. This always happens. It's impossible. I'm never gonna do it. Whether an adult or child says that, what you're doing, it's called black and white thinking. And basically, it's like an overgeneralization. And it's a lie. It's a lie that they're telling themselves so they don't have to try. So just keep that in mind. And of course, too, like when my youngest says, oh, I can't do this. I say, you can't do this yet. You can't do this yet. And there's also this book called The Power of Yet. And I thought it was that. But when I got the book, I thought, oh, it's just add yet on. I can't do this yet. But no, what it actually is it's this pig and he can't cook this meal he wants. He can't do this exercise he wants. He can't do these things yet. So the whole thing is through the book is not yet, not yet, not yet. And then and then he's like, well, how do I get to yet? And so it's got ideas like maybe you work with someone who's better than you or who's better than you at this particular thing. And so it's got different ideas but basically you don't give up, and that's how you get to yet. All right, so first product we're gonna talk about is A Street Through Time. A Street Through Time, so look at this. It's kind of cool, and it's got numbers because it tells you what. So this is the history of this street. The first farmers, and then it's got the Iron Age, and then it's got the Roman times. So it's just one street, the invaders, the Viking raiders, through time. Another product I got, which is the story of Inventions, which is kind of history. It's kind of history, kind of science. If you teach the timeline, which is you go through the timeline of the world, you're gonna come up to a bunch of different things that are science related as well. So it's got the inventing of the wheel. It's got gliders and planes. So let's just take a look at one. So the inventing of the wheel. So this is an Usborne book. I do have an Usborne haul that I've been promising for days and days and days. See my stacks there? So I think I might get to it today. All right. Okay, so let's talk about the product we're gonna talk about today is we're going into the good and the beautiful history. As you know, I bought every history curriculum there is. Honestly, I don't think there's one I missed. I'm pretty sure there's not one I missed. So I'm gonna show you this and give you my opinion on it. And then at the end, of course, I have a yay or nay product. Today, it's actually yay. I 100% will buy it again. So yay or nay is whether I would buy it again or not buy it again at the end of the video. And today, it's definitely a yay. Oh, one more history book. Of course, you've heard this. You can get it from the library, A Child Through Time. And it's just got, so this is ancient Egypt. And this is what a boy's life would be like in ancient Egypt. Okay, and then it's got the classical age. And so this is a Spartan warrior. So what his life would be like. And this is a child in ancient Rome. Okay, so it's kind of interesting. So it comes with these 3 things here for $77, plus you get, for every age that you have of a child, you're gonna get a reader for them. So it's a printable PDF. It's called the Student Explorer. I think it's what it's called. And is that what it's called? Yeah, the Student Explorer. And you open it up and there's one from kindergarten to grade 3. Now I think that for kindergarten to grade 3, this curriculum in this game is too young for them. I think 4 and up, like grade 4 and up is fine for this curriculum. But under that, I think you're wasting your time. But I get if you're doing it as a family, but even then, like this game, for example, let's open up this game. Now, what I like about this game is that you can play it by yourself as well. You can play it by yourself, you can play it with a group. So basically you move around, and as you move around, you get a card. And there's the game instructions, whoops. Let me just pick up a card so you're gonna see. Okay, so this is William the Conqueror, for example. And so the first answer is K through grade 3, and then older, okay? And so the red answers, so someone else reads the question to the child. So William the Conqueror was the blank of Normandy, France, who became the king of blank. So wherever the red is, you say blank, and they fill that in. Now for a K through 3, to know that William the Conqueror was the Duke of Normandy, France, who became the king of England, I don't know. That's gonna take a lot of memorization. I don't know the point of memorizing these particular facts or really about it, but Again, that's just my opinion. Okay, so, and that's the game, and then you move around and you collect points, basically. So it's kind of a cool game. I like that it's got all these cards here with different important facts and interesting facts. There, so it's just to help, of course, the memorization with certain historical facts. So it's called The Keys of History. And next we have, so this is the course book and this is the storybook. So I'm going to take you through some sample lessons. Okay, so this is lesson 49. This is about Queen Victoria. And what I love about my favorite thing about The Good and the Beautiful is that you don't need extra items. Like extra items needed, none. So Queen Victoria and the British Empire. I chose this because, well, I'm a royalist. I love the royals. So you read this story, it's kind of interesting. So you got this, you read it to the children. So you observe and discuss the classic painting of Queen Victoria on 214 in History Stories. Okay, so let's go over here. This is History Stories. We're going down. I already marked it off to 214. Look at that. I was on the ball today. So like I said, I am a royalist. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And then see, this was the British Empire in 1898. So see how Canada there, because that's where I was born. So even though I have my permanent residence to the United States, I was born in Canada, and you know, maybe that's why I still love the Queen. My middle name is Elizabeth. I don't know. But speaking of which, like look at the, not speaking of which, but look at these beautiful photos. Now the whole book is not like this. So this is just the last few pages are like this. But look at, there's General George Washington, the Boston Tea Party. See, so some of these pictures are beautiful. Okay, there's ancient Egypt. So ancient Egypt we're gonna need for the first lesson that we talk about Egypt in here. So this is the writing in Egypt, and it's interesting because it's got hieroglyphs, and so in the exercise that they got in the Student Explorer, they're gonna decode some stuff. Yeah, they're gonna decode some stuff, and then you go back here, and it's also, there's the map at the back, because that's where the maps are, and then in the front you got a story that you can read. Now, some of these stories, again, it's not that they're not interesting. Of course they're interesting. I just say, younger than grade 4, I think you're wasting your time, and they're not gonna be into it, and they're not gonna be that interested. It's a lot of text. Speaking of Egypt, How the Sphinx Got to the Museum is a really good book that even the youngest kids can enjoy. Okay, so then you got that story there. So let's take a look at one other thing. Let's go to, boom, boom, boom. Let's go to another lesson. Take Flight, the Wright brothers. So it delves in, it doesn't go deep into these topics. The downside of paper clips. It doesn't go deep into these topics, but see, this is a very interesting story. So it is interesting the way it talks. I like the qualities they bring out when they talk about it too, about how they didn't have a lot of money. They had a successful store, but they didn't have enough money to put into their planes. So, but they did it anyway. They read and how they went and did it and how determined they were. And so they even beat bigger companies that had a ton of money. Still, their ideas, these Wright brothers ideas, beat those big, big companies. And then in here, the Wright brothers one would be at the end here, the history of flight, lesson 55. So, and it's got a little activity, clothespin, mini craft sticks, a sheet of foam, 2 colors of paint, paintbrushes, one glue. So it's, I mean, it's fine. Making a little thing there if you want to do that. It's got Amelia Earhart it talks about, and it's got a good story about Amelia Earhart in, I want to say that book there, but. So then let's see, okay. Ooh. Okay, all the pages are perforated as well, because sometimes it's got things that you can take out. So an activity. So the youngest kids, while you read the paragraphs, have a coloring or illustrations they can do. My youngest don't like to color things. I don't know why. They don't. They can create their own, though. They like creating their own. Yeah, so here's some pictures of Amelia Earhart. And so you've essentially done lesson 1. So it is a family unit. So it's got books for 3 different age groups that you can do. Middle school, the young kids, and then older than that as well. All right, so it's got the Hindenburg. Okay, and another thing too is that it comes with, this is kind of like the teacher's manual, but you also show it to kids as well. So it's all in one. There's no prep needed, which I like. And it has optional crafts, which I told you. And oh yeah, and it comes with the audios too. It comes with the audios and a script you can read. Now, so and it's got some memorization as well. So in the front here, there's things you can memorize if you want to. It does talk about ancient history and creation. So it starts with creation. They do say it is a Christian worldview, which you know if you're getting The Good and the Beautiful. And these are all the passages to memorize. Okay, so it is open and go, and like I said, it's got the audio, so $77. You decide if that's... All right, so yay or nay, would I buy it again? 100% I would buy it again. One of your best deals is the Usborne Beginners History. Look at that. Let's take out Egyptians. Egyptians. So, covers a lot of topics, the people of the past. Dun, dun, dun. River life. So it's got the big points and lots of pictures, which is what I like. Especially, I mean, even up to 8, I mean, even age 8, even an adult can learn something they didn't know before. So I definitely like it. It covers the Egyptians, covers Vikings, covers castles, the Celts, the Romans, digging up the past, ancient Greeks, the Maya, the Stone Age, and the Iron Age. Oh, all right, there you go. I hope you enjoy your video today. Take care. Can you say, please like and subscribe?
Please like you right.
And hit the bell for notifications.
Hit bell you know notification.